Are you manifesting a specific person and you're wondering why everyone else is conforming except for that specific person? I'm noticing movement. Maybe you're attracting your exes back into your life. Maybe you're noticing that your work colleagues are complimenting you and treating you with love and respect. But SP still isn't. SP is still being hot and cold, breadcrumbing you at the moment, or maybe not giving you much of anything at all. Whereabouts are you with this? Why is this happening? And how do we change this? This is going to be the first in a series of how to enable your SP, your specific person, to conform, to treat you in the way that you wish to be treated, in the way that you deserve to be treated, to give you that respect that you deserve as well. So stay tuned, and I'm going to do these little bite-sized videos so that it helps you to absorb the information easier, so that you've got one aspect to work with here. I'll give you another aspect to work on in another video, and together we are going to make these changes and we're going to see results. We are, because we're just brilliant, okay? And I'm on this journey with you guys as I'm manifesting an SP myself. So I'm going to share with you my experiences to date on this specific journey and the things that are working and what we need to look out for in order to make them conform, get that outcome that we really want. Now, first up, I just want to thank everyone for joining me. I'm Athena Raven. I'm a mental health and manifestation life coach. I'm here to empower you with the laws of assumption, empower you on your manifestation journey so that you can realize your dreams and desires. And if you like this content, if it works for you, if it resonates with you, then please do like and subscribe to the video. Help this channel to grow. I really do appreciate you guys being here. And click that bell icon so you never miss a beat. So when I do introduce the other videos in this series, you'll be there to get it, and you'll be there to continue on your journey of growth. Because I know for a lot of people, this is a really, really big subject. This is a really troublesome issue that we all have to deal with. Now, a specific person, remember, if you're manifesting someone specific, it's an ex, or someone specific as in someone you've not had a relationship with, but you want a relationship with them. This could be a boss, someone at work, or work colleagues. You don't want a relationship with them, but you want to have a better connection with them. Maybe they're treating you more respectfully. Maybe they're complimenting you on your work rather than giving you a hard time. Maybe it's a family member who's not been treating you with respect. You've not had a close relationship with your parents or your cousin. You want to change that. You also want to form a bond and connection. So SP, specific person, encompasses all of this. And so the way to achieve change and to get anyone to conform in your world is going to be the same. So you should, any of you on this journey manifesting any of those types of specific people, this is going to work for you. This is going to change things, and this will hopefully resonate with you. Now, I'm going to be coming from the manifesting a specific person for a relationship, because that's what I'm currently doing now. Now, for those of you who have watched my videos for a while, you know that I have done this numerous times. Of course, it makes me sound really bad, like naughty girl, all of these men. No, it's more a case of I've manifested numerous SPs, not necessarily all for relationships. A couple have been my exes that I wanted back for a relationship, manifested them in successfully. Then there's been friends that I've wanted to rekindle a friendship with that we broke down. Then it's other people in my life as well, for one reason or another. So I've done this numerous times. And I know from my experience, as well as that of my clients, that what tends to happen is other people start to conform. They'll come back to me and saying, clients will come back to me saying, work is going really well. Everyone at work is really complimenting me. They've noticed a shift. They're telling me I'm glowing. They're telling me I'm doing really well. I'm so good at my job. Then they'll say, exes are coming back into my life. People are showing me attention and affection everywhere. I don't want this attention affection. Why isn't it happening with SP? Obviously, my self-concept is good. Why isn't my specific person noticing that? Now, I'm encountering the very same. And this happens quite a lot. Now, it's not to do with, oh, that's how the law works. The specific person is always the last to conform. It doesn't have to be that way, but it does happen that way a lot of the time. Why? Because we put a lot of emphasis on the specific person. Because you've got to remember as well that the self-concept, the state of mind, your state of being that you occupy when you're at work is different. Your persona at work and your beliefs at work are different than the version of you that is home life with the family, or the version of you that's in a loving, committed relationship with someone else. So we shift state all of the time. As you know, there's an infinite number of states to occupy, and we do jump around in our states. We've got a core state that we always come back to, that's the basis, the foundation for everything. But essentially, we do put on these surface level shifts. So when it comes to work, or when it comes to family members or things like that, perhaps you're not as attached. Exes, you're not as attached to them. You're not paying too much focus and attention to them. And as a result, you're shifting your self-concept. They'll reflect that back to you. Remember, everyone is you pushed out. So they will reflect back that you are looking more attractive, or you're becoming more magnetic. Your exes want to be back in a relationship with you. You don't have as much resistance because you're not focusing on they're not conforming. You're not having all this talk about they're not doing this, they're not doing that, they're treating me badly. You're not reacting to it because you're not really noticing it, because they're not the attention. They're not the focus of your attention. They're not your be all and end all at the moment. That specific person is, but everyone else around me is coming towards me, flocking towards me. Now, I've noticed that friends of mine, long-term friends of mine, guys that I've known for so many years, starting to show an interest in me, are starting to, I'd say in some cases hint. Some of them are not really hinting it at all, being really blatantly obvious about pushing that friendship barrier. I've got exes that are really throwing themselves into my world, and my SP, his friends and his colleagues, flocking towards me, complimenting me, noticing all these shifts in me, is definitely a different energy. So I know I'm doing quite well with my self-concept, but I did notice the specific person is taking a while to conform. And I would see them quite regularly because of where they are, because it's quite close to my house, because I'm always passing by. I see my friends there, I go and pop in, and I pay attention to the specific person. You're not really conforming. You've been cold with me. Why is that? And I'll get disappointed from it. And I have to almost snap myself out of it. Hang on. No, I don't accept this. I don't accept this behavior. I know that I've shifted. I know that I'm doing really well with this. I know that you're thinking of me. I know you want to be with me. Maybe you're just too shy at the moment to admit it. Yep, I'm adopting that belief. I'm not accepting this behavior. Now, if I had a disappointing encounter with a specific person, I would come back home, and as I'm chilling in the evening or before bed, I would go into that relaxed state and I would revise my day. For those of you that have not done revision before, are not familiar with it and not sure how to do it, maybe you have, but maybe you want that additional support. I've had a lot of really, really good feedback about my guided revision video, which you'll find in the guided techniques playlist section on my YouTube. Give that a shot so that you're guided through the process. And what that essentially does is put you into a nice light trance state where you can then effectively revise what happened, go back to it, change the meaning, reframe it, change the day with the least possible resistance, and then keep doing that until your go-to memory of the day was that alternate sort of memory that you had, that wonderful outcome. Yeah, you know what? In reality, okay, you were cold. 3D was showing me that you were cold, or you were hot and cold, or you were up and down, or whatever. I don't appreciate this. I don't like this. I don't accept this. So I'll go back and I'll revise it. I'll change it to the day that I wish I had. The day that conforms to or reflects my current self-concept of being in that loving relationship, of being magnetic, feeling chosen, feeling good about myself, what it feels like to be loved and to love myself as well as love others. So I would do that, and I'd revise it a few times until it felt natural, until it felt good, until it evoked all the emotions within me of that was a really good day. And then when I think back to it on a surface level, I'd be like, yeah, that was the day that I actually had. I go to that memory straight away. I'd have to really think about it in order to actually, that was the reality. That's what really, it wasn't a good day. But I don't do that. No, we don't need to do that. The past doesn't just recede off into the distance. And don't forget, when we have these encounters, it's not always that accurate. Our five senses can only pick up so much information. And if you're coming from a place of doubt, and you're coming from a place of, well, me and this specific person have not had a good relationship up to date, we automatically keep putting them into that state, sometimes unbeknownst to us on an unconscious level. And because I've got perhaps in some cases a higher self-awareness because of how long I've been doing this, because of the psychology that I've studied, like I say, because of the experience I have and the knowledge of the laws as well, then it makes it easier for me to pinpoint where some of these issues are. But I still do fall down the trap, because when your emotions set in, that logical, rational thinking part of our brain just cuts out. We go into monkey mode, and it's all like reactionary, fight or flight, all of our emotions taking over. So you have to be aware to take yourself back from the situation. Just step back. I didn't like this day. I'm going to revise it. I'm going to change the story. Now, what happened to me was, upon revising that day, in my revisional act, I had seen SP really flirting with me, being really nice to me, being really affectionate to me. I saw him and I heard him complimenting me, calling me beautiful. And I also saw him asking me out on a date. That's the scene that I revised. And literally, I didn't get any of that day, but I revised it. That's what I got. And I believed it. Yes, that's what I got. That's my outcome. That's how the day went. I felt really good. And I went to bed capturing that mood. Now, I kid you not, the next day, as I passed by, I'm called in by my friends. They want to see me. And we're chatting. Specific person, he comes, he sees me. Suddenly, he's really flirtatious. He compliments me. Although he said to me, "You're looking really nice." He didn't say you're looking beautiful like I had envisaged, but he said you're looking really nice, which, considering he's never paid me a compliment about my looks or anything like that before, I took it as something really wonderful. I took it as, yes, that's it. I'm going to take that. I'm going to react to that. I'm going to feed and cement this new behavior, this new relationship with this specific person into my unconscious mind. So that's what I did. And he didn't ask me out on a date, but I could definitely feel that the energy between us was different. In fact, even his friends had said, "Look at how he's looking at you. Look at the way that he complimented you." They noticed the shift, as did I, and I exaggerated it in my mind. And when I went home, I felt pretty good. But what did I do? I revised it again. Because yes, you can absolutely do that. Rather than, okay, that was a better day. That was great. You know what? You didn't compliment me in the way that I wanted. And still haven't asked me out on that date. So I'm going to revise it again, and I'm going to make a good day an even better day. And that's what I did. Until then, down the line, I noticed the flirtations increased. I noticed the physical contact was increasing, the eye contact. I know what to look out for in terms of attraction, in terms of body language as well. So I could see that it was working for me. I would exaggerate it in my mind. I would hold on to these good feelings. I would elaborate on it, times it by 10, times it by 50, until I finally got asked on that date. The one thing I will say to you guys is that everyone's journey is different. So I revised it and I saw shift in him the next day. That might not necessarily be the case for all of you. It depends on a few factors, or how much resistance you have, or how effective you were with the revision act, how much you believed it, how much you continue to embody the state. Because I did. When I went out that day, I did feel really good and wonderful, like it's a given. And I was talking as though it's a given. And so it manifested very quickly. He conformed very quickly, not completely, but it was a big change from the day before. Now, don't be disheartened. If it doesn't happen for you within 24 hours, or it takes a few days, or it takes a couple of weeks, that's fine. Just persist with it and have faith with it. You're practicing with it. I've had a lot of experience with this. This is why we don't compare to other people's journeys, because everyone is different. Every single manifestation is fraught with its own problems and obstacles. And it's no point in making these comparisons, because it just stresses you and it demotivates you. Your journey might be a bit different, but it will help them to conform. Revision is a really powerful tool we don't utilize enough. Other people conforming quickly, yes, because we have least resistance. Yes, because we're not putting all the focus on them. Yes, because we're not obsessing about everything that's going wrong. We're not paying that any attention. So we're not having any resistance. So I'm in that loving, committed relationship, but what does that feel like? It makes me feel attractive. It makes me feel wanted. It makes me feel magnetic. It makes me feel goddess-like, whatever. What does it make you feel like? They start to reflect it. And ironically, they were the ones who were telling me I'm beautiful. They were the ones who are flocking to me. They were the ones who are flirting with me. And then SP did eventually. Now, things have sort of shifted and changed, and I'll go into that on another video, because don't think for 1 second that just because someone is experienced at this, that they're not going to fall into similar traps, that they're not going to make some mistakes on the journey. We are all human. Like I say, your emotional mind is going to get involved and all the rationale is going to go out the window. But the only benefit I have really with my experience is that I realign myself and I know more of what to look out for and how to change it and the techniques I can use. Now, give that a try. Let me know how you get on with this. Your revision act is, don't forget, putting you or keeping you in that great self-concept, but also Think of, how are they treating me? What are they saying to me? This is what I want to be reflected out. This is suggesting that we've got that good relationship. This is suggesting that we've got a respectful place. This is suggesting that we're on the path to love. So think about that as well before you do your revision. Use that guided revision video to help support you on this. And I'm sending you loads of love and light. Please do comment below. Let me know how you got on, and I'll see you in the next video.